uplifting back cave.
It's gonna be okay, Chris.
I know. I'm so sad. It's just
It'll be all right.
My back cave is destroyed. I mean, look at this. It's just destroyed. It's gone.
Hey,
Yes,
me too, and you're gonna make me cry.
I know. Now Dan's gonna cry, and then probably Eric's gonna cry too, and I'm gonna cry because Jeff is not in the right spot, so I got to move him around. This is so sad. I thought this was gonna be like an uplifting show, but good God, guys. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show, everybody. This is Rogues Gallery Live number 129, and I'm just so excited because we got Dan back. Hey, Dan.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be back. Yes, I am alive. No, I did not fall off the planet, and I am back. I'm a bit disorganized, but I'm back.
That's right. So if you have been, absent from the channel, Dan has moved. Dan was back east yonder up in the cold weather, and now he has moved south. And so now he is no longer Wayne Manor North. He is now Wayne Manor Rocket City.
That is correct.
And has a brand new house. And the great thing is, how much space would you say you gained in your new room that you're sitting in right now?
A lot. My last room was about around 15 by 17, 14 and a half by 17. And this room is 24 feet square.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's a lot bigger.
Yeah, it's just so exciting. And of course, now comes the nightmare of getting it all, put away. And I mean, that could be kind of fun too. But we were talking before the show about how it's stressful because it's like, you have this blank canvas and you have to try to figure out.
Yep.
And my biggest advice, and I'm not very good at following my own advice, but a lot of people, when I posted my video last weekend, they said, it doesn't need to be done. It doesn't need to be perfect right now. This is just phase number one.
Yep.
And that I really took that to heart because I was like, I wanted everything to be perfect for my video and I wanted everything to like all the art on the walls. And I said, screw it. This is just where I am right now.
Yep.
And, hopefully by Christmas, everything will be on the wall and everything will be good to go. And, that sort of thing.
That's some sage advice right there.
Yeah.
That's,
so anyway,
that's common with everybody. People never want to film a room tour until everything's a certain way that they have it. And
yeah, I'll hit up somebody and they'll say, it's like, oh, I just need to get my next 7 pieces in. I'm like, that's going to be 2 years from now. Like, just film your collection now because, again, it's going to change. It's interesting. I just did a featured collector. His name's Jake Marsh, and he has a really nice collection. And he actually sent in something like a year ago. And somehow, maybe it was a year and a half ago, but somehow I lost the footage. Like, it got corrupted or something. And I wasn't able to put it up. And I asked him again. I said, would you want to do it again? And his collection's completely changed. So it's just interesting. Sometimes it's like, it's even better now than it was then. But it's like, it's just a snapshot of where you are at the moment. And that's all it is. Yep. So anyway, since we're talking to Eric, let's welcome Eric B from All Things Art. How's it going, sir?
Doing good. How's it going, guys?
Doing okay. And then last but not least, we got Jeff Delaney from Secret Sanctuary. How's it going, my friend?
Doing really good. Just got Frankie reborn.
That's right. So obviously you were one of the first people out there on YouTube to get your Ivy, which is very, very exciting. And she's beautiful. Congratulations. Enjoyed watching. This morning I was at work, so I had to kind of skip through the review this morning. I didn't get to see all of it, but I just wanted to see what she looked like and kind of what you thought about it. And then I went back later on and watched the whole thing, and just beautiful, beautiful statue. I'm really glad you got her. Yeah. And again, if you haven't checked out his review, please do so after the show. Check out, again, Secret Sanctuary. And then if you want to, it sounds like me, myself, and I, maybe Dan, and also we have Julia also. She's going to maybe do a triple live unboxing next week. I'm actually going to be out of state, and that's why we're doing Rogues tonight. And I want to thank 98 people already popped in. Thank you guys very, very much. Hit that like button if you would. But I'm going to be gone next week. That's why we're doing this show this week. Because a week from tonight, I'm actually going to be at Disney World hanging out with our good friend Brad Ladner, which is going to be very exciting. So stay tuned for that interesting video. I'm sure it's going to be quite fun. And I get to meet him for the very first time, so that'll be awesome, and hang out with his family a little bit. But anyway, hopefully next week we'll be able to do maybe a triple live unboxing, so that will be a lot of fun.
So
And
one thing about Ivy,
yeah,
there's one more clue that Eric might be right. That Ivy might have sat in the warehouse for a long time.
yeah, because that was the kind of the idea.
Because Sideshow, has moved over to the black straps. Ivy does not have black straps.
Okay.
Oh,
She has the tape.
So you
maybe.
So you think maybe she's just already even been done, like done in the factory even?
Maybe.
Interesting.
It's weird. I mean, I literally got her and Frankie at the same time, but Frankie's been out longer. Frankie has the black straps. Ivy does not.
wow.
Interesting. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see with the next Ivy. Maybe hopefully the next newest release still has the straps. I hope they're not going away from it, because that was, again, a really, really nice touch, and I think long overdue, really.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric, give a shout out to you, because next weekend, my friend, you're going to be rocking New York Comic Con.
Yeah,
which is very, very exciting.
Supposed to be this weekend, but for whatever reason, they moved it this year to the second week of October.
I wish it was this weekend, because maybe I could have swung it, but who knows? And I need to talk to you too, because I contacted Jock's representative.
I was going to ask you about that. Okay.
Yeah, and her name's Lissy, and she said she was going to email Jock and see if he was going to bring over all the commissions from San Diego to New York, and she just said if you can stop by their booth and ask for Lissy, you can pick it up as well. So I'll message you that just so, in case you forget. But maybe I'll get my Jock commission.
Finally,
I'm also getting the George Jimenez. Eric has agreed to pick up my George Jimenez commission as well. Are you getting any from that show? Like, is that something that you're for sure picking up? Or yeah, you got the Jimenez.
Yeah, I'm already paid off on that. So yeah, I'm definitely picking up the Jimenez, and I'm gonna try to see if I can get some stuff done by Finch again.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
Gonna try to add to that existing page that I'm working on right now.
Yeah. I might, if you could squeeze it in, have him do like a little Joker head or something for me. Like I'll pay you whatever it is, whatever he charges, if he's able to do it. But
okay,
I really like a Joker from him. That'd be really cool. So, anyway,
are there going to be any statues in New York?
I have not heard of anything.
Okay.
I was telling Chris earlier, even with like the artists, they were really bad this year. Well, they're kind of bad every year at announcing like who's going to be there. I didn't realize half of the people that were going to be there until I scrolled through the artist alley list. And I was like, oh, pretty much everybody's going to be here.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like yesterday, Comic Sketch Art, who now pretty much represents every single big name there is out there. They listed like a 5 or 6 page graphic with everybody's name on it, from, Capullo and Jock and Fabok and just everybody, and
Nathan Zerdy is going to be there.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know.
It's going to be a big artist show, which again, it kills me that we're going to miss it. But it is what it is. I'm just glad that you get to go. And Billy, who, I met at Disney, he's going to take over my spot and kind of represent the channel. So he's agreed to film some tours for us and things like that, hopefully, especially Artist Alley. And hopefully maybe you and him can collaborate a little bit, because I'd love to see you on the channel as well, Eric, and just kind of show off what it was like this year. But man, it was a hell of a time last year with you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah, of course. Great. Definitely be filming.
Perfect. So anyway, so Dan, with you moving, like, are you still getting stuff in, or you kind of put a kibosh on it? I know that one that I recently ordered that you ordered was that punchline. And I would imagine
at any time.
Yeah, I would imagine that she'll be shipping real soon, because we paid for shipping and stuff.
Yep.
But other than that, do you have anything other than Ivy? Do you have anything coming in right now, or are you kind of trying to hold off while you're still in the moving process?
I had kind of put the brakes on, ordering much of anything because of the move. Wasn't sure, how stuff would, if it hit my former address and got forwarded, and I just didn't want to kind of confuse a lot of stuff. So I kind of put the brakes on. I did get some artwork in. Cece posted some really beautiful artwork on Batman Day.
Cece's in the house, by the way. Hey, Cece.
Yeah, Cece's here, and thanks to her, she helped me track down those pieces. And so I've got 3 new pieces of art from the Dark Knight that are really, really nice. So I'm looking forward to getting those framed up and put up here in the room. But as far as statues, I don't I think my current PO list stands the same, I think.
Nice. Well, that's good stuff. Well, tonight's show, we figured it would probably be a little bit shorter tonight. You know, we were making predictions. If we say it'll be an hour, it'll still be 2 hours. But anyway, I didn't really have any general topic ideas. If there's things that you guys want to talk about in the chat, please feel free to do that. If there's something you want us to discuss. But I thought basically the primary show tonight would be, you know, the big Shanghai Wonder Festival that was this past weekend. I feel like it was kind of the return of the big booths again, which felt nice. You know, we've seen kind of pockets of it since COVID, but you know, I wish we even had more representation, you know, from other companies. I would love to have seen, you know, a full Prime One booth. They used to have a really big booth, but there was actually quite a few Prime One pieces at the Blitzway booth this year.
Right.
Also, Queen Studios had a booth. Infinity had a booth. XM had a booth. And I'm probably forgetting, can't remember who else was there. But what do you guys think of just kind of the overall, we'll look at individual pieces, but what do you guys think of kind of having a big show like that again?
It was great. It was great to see those pieces finally at a convention.
Yeah, to be honest, I missed most of it. Kind of busy the last few days, so I'm looking forward to tonight's show and seeing everything.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe I could just brief you guys, because I think Eric, you were doing something this weekend. I can't remember what you were doing, but it looked like fun, whatever it was.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff going on.
Yeah.
One of them, all right, I don't want to say it on camera.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. I'm surprised I was able to see anything, because I spent all weekend moving every single statue out of this room, which was my whole plan was I borrowed this cart from work with wheels, and I was going to roll it. You know, I was going to put every little piece in there. I didn't use it once. I just picked every statue up and just moved it.
Not even for the White Knight?
The White Knight, I took off the head and the cape.
Okay. That's what I did.
And then my wife and I, we moved the rest of it. Yeah. And it was fine. I have filmed, and I think it's available to members right now, but I did film the top 5 heaviest statues in my collection video. And so that was a lot of fun, just kind of, you know, muscle memory, trying to remember which one was the heaviest. And the winner might surprise you, actually, because I thought the winner was going to be a shoe-in, but it actually was number 2. But yeah, it was just nice to be able to spend all of that time getting everything out of here. I still have a few things, odds and ends. Again, I've, you know, I'm just down to rubble, basically. But I did a video also kind of, so I needed stuff filmed, you know, while I was on vacation. And I just kind of had a kind of retrospective of this room, of kind of like where we've come. I also did a full documentary of from start to finish of the entire Bat Bunker transformation, from the initial concept all the way to the final reveal. And so I just kind of shared my thoughts on that. So if anybody's interested, that video will probably be going up this weekend. You know, just kind of, you know, reminisce about how the project went. And Dan, are you going to document your setup? Are you going to do any of that?
I'm definitely going to do some documentation. Yeah. I'm going to shoot some video and pictures. So
that'll be cool.
I'll do what I can. Yep.
Yeah, that'll be really cool to see kind of your process, because again, it is a little bit trial and error. You know, and like we said, you don't have to have everything done today. It's just, you know, it's just a start. So, and I think you're going to do some sort of garage shelving, like I was originally going to do, with that kind of that Costco Sam shelving.
I think it's going to be a customized version of that. Customized platforms underneath, kind of a wrapper on the legs, so not like yours where it was all blocked off, like you made them like pedestals. Mine would be open underneath, but basically, you know, kind of dressing them up a bit.
Nice.
And that kind of modularity is good. I just you know, built-ins in this particular room may prove problematic down the road, so we're going to keep it modular.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be real nice. I can't wait to see it.
It'd be awesome. Yep.
I got a question from Charles. Hey, Chris and company, what do you think of the new Queen Studios T800 life-size bust? Hard to resist, especially given I have the Queen Studios T800 battle damage life-size bust, but oh my, the price. And again, I don't know how much you've seen, Dan. I know Jeff has probably seen a ton, but Queen Studio's kind of back, right? I mean, they've been really quiet, but like boom, all of a sudden they're like, holy crap.
They're back, but they're going for the deep pockets.
Yeah, they are.
Nothing cheap in that booth.
No, and again, I've been filming nonstop. I did another video just about that very topic. So again, that's going to be a car side chat video, and it's entitled. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's entitled, is collecting now just for the elite? And it's kind of starting to feel that way, because I was like counting every single piece that was shown at that event. Like,
yep,
that's a lot of money.
Is there anything under? Definitely not under $1,000.
Well, again, that was my video. So it's like, there was very, very little shown.
Yeah.
And again, that's why I'm thankful.
It's tough.
Yeah. And again, that's why I'm thankful for some of the American companies, because I feel like they're kind of keeping it. They're the only ones keeping it low.
Yeah.
Whereas all the other companies are super jacking up their prices, and, people are either going to pay or not. But it is an interesting topic. But getting back to the Queen Studio stuff, like, holy crap, what a great booth they had. I mean, it was insanely awesome. Like the decor on the outside with the slat walls and the big Queen Studios logo. It was really neat. And of course, the big showstopper, which again we'll look at here shortly, was that insane Dark Knight Batman armory. $42,000.
Yeah.
Holy crap! Right.
Yep.
I'll build you one for 40.
Hey, there you go. Deal. Deal. And I know you're.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
One last time for posterity.
It had to happen.
It had to happen.
Mr. Freeze. That's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So
42K for that setup.
That's just a different league. I'm not there.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. Oh, there he is.
I tell you.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, I'm real nervous to test my internet in the bunker. I still haven't done it yet. So I'm like, I've been kind of just like dragging my feet, moving that laptop in there. So
are you going to get like one of those extender things or anything?
Well, I don't know if you can see this, but I've got like this spider thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And so that's going to go, I think, in that room with me. So hopefully, again, fingers crossed, everything will go well. If not, I'm gonna have to come up with something different. So we'll see.
Can you hardwire it?
Yeah, I mean that is hardwired.
Okay.
I mean, I'm directly plugged into that thing.
But is that plugged into something else, or is that on Wi-Fi?
It's plugged into the wall.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, I don't think it's necessarily. I think again, the reason why I freeze is not what I have hooked up here. It is the internet service in our town.
Okay.
Oh, well, then you have to move.
Well, yeah, there we go. I'm going to move to Rocket City.
There you go.
I'm moving next day, and I'll help him. Yeah, we'll just help each other move statues.
Great.
Well, apparently, who is it? Isn't it Eric that it says his, or is it Jeff that just has killer internet? Just
Jeff Morris.
Yeah.
Jeff Morris, yeah.
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 And
He has
Jeff's
got
about,
that
Jeff's
titanium strength. I mean, undestructible.
I think he's not even 2 hours from me now.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys are real close. I mean, you guys have to hook up.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely are going to. Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
And then we all got to visit. I mean, that's the plan. We all got to visit.
All got to visit.
Yeah. I mean, your Wayne Manor North is so yesterday. I mean,
it's
that's
very,
it's like so yesterday. We don't, but I am glad I got to visit while you still had it. That was fun.
Oh, that was a great fun time.
That was fun. So, anyway, let's see.
Let's look at pictures.
All right. Let's do it.
I want to see cool statues.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see some cool ones tonight.
I've waited my whole life for this.
All right. Don't need that. Let's go into my Rogues Gallery folder. And photo gallery. All right. Let's start with this one. This again is the one Jeff just reviewed, and this is some in-hand photos of Ivy. What do you think of her paint overall? Do you feel like it's really good?
Really good. Yeah. I think that there might be a slight fishbowl effect in these photos. These are not my photos.
Yeah.
I think she looks better in person than what I'm seeing in these pictures. No, the paint's really good. Some people on Statue Forum are under the impression that the face paint is less detailed on the production piece. But I'm not really seeing that. I think it looks really good.
I think the issue is, just like you said, it kind of fishbowls here a little bit, because I actually thought the same thing. I was starting to see initial photos. I'm like, it just feels like the face lost a little something.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you see it in video, another thing, I just feel like it's just a photography. I think it's one of those faces where sometimes it just gets a little bit lost in translation. But I think, other things I've seen, she looks really quite stunning.
Yeah.
And I asked you, I said, is it, real close to the prototype, and you thought it was just exactly, just as good as the prototype.
Yeah.
Which is, it says a lot. And I think most of Sideshow's premium formats as of late have been, really, really, perfect almost, the way they've done it.
And what's really nice about this, because there's been a lot of talk with Sideshow in the past few years about maybe they're getting a little too PC. This is a very curvaceous Ivy.
Yeah.
No one went back and said you need to reduce this or that. She looks fantastic.
Yeah, I think the word you used was voluptuous, I believe, earlier today.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, and I mean, it's perfect. I mean, yeah, she's beautiful. And the great thing is this is a very different Ivy than what they're doing with their newest one.
Yeah.
Which again, this is brand new, but they did a second one for those of you that are just watching. They did a second one with a green skin and also a flesh color, and it's just so different. So you could really I'm getting both of these, and it's that they're just night and day different. And so if you like that classic look, kind of like that, like Jeff, in your review, you talk about taking from the pages of the original look, of her when she first premiered, or the animated series, that sort of thing. And so it's just a beautiful piece, I think.
Yeah, and this and the one that's to come are both very different from the last one.
Yeah, oh, yes.
So I'm seriously considering displaying all three together.
That'd be cool. That'd be really neat. Well, congratulations to everybody getting this one. And like I said, probably a triple live unboxing next Thursday. So if you want to stay tuned and wait, we'll have some fun opening this one together.
The detail on that hair is awesome.
Yeah, I love the curls.
And the effect of her pose, it's kind of like the sirens on the rocks. She's very alluring in this pose. And that's the feeling I got, was this is like the sirens on the rocks.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, beautiful, beautiful piece. Love it. Yeah, this is really beautiful. So again, what was the ES on this? 250?
Yeah.
Yeah. Super low ES on this one. So this one will be sought after for quite some time. Again, there's a better look at the portrait.
Mm-hmm. The lips are perfect.
It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Does your Hulk statue have how's the pose? Is his hand up in the air? I thought it'd be funny, like if you had her in his hand, like almost like King Kong.
The Rage one has two clenched fists. So everyone is different as far as whether it's clenched fists or open hands or whatever.
Wouldn't that be crazy if this could fit in his hand though? Like that would be crazy.
It looked like, if you watch Jeff's review, he has her right next to the Hulk, and it almost looks like it reminds me of like the King Kong, like where she's like sitting in his hand.
Yeah. Well, I actually I've got Grogu in front of him right now, and he looks pretty tiny.
I bet.
I don't know if you can see that, but anyway.
Yeah. Cool. These are some photos again from the show. This is the Blitzway in Prime One Studio, Michael Keaton Batman. I think he is looking good. I did talk to their creative director, and he said that all these Batman pieces are production.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
so these are production copies.
Is that cowl correct? Or am I don't remember.
What do you mean?
Like I thought the bottom of the cowl was different. Maybe I'm thinking of a different suit.
It looks pretty accurate to me. I mean, some people haven't loved the way they pose the cape.
I don't either.
maybe a little thicker. I think that, I mean, this is the way he was shown in promos a lot, and it shows off his suit. I'm probably more likely to have the cape down, even though it just, it does cover up a lot. But, I think that they probably needed to work on the cape just a little bit more, because it does kind of look kind of shoulder patty.
Is it supposed to extend beyond his shoulders like that?
I don't think so. I think it should curl more at his shoulders.
Oh, that's why, Eric, you're thinking the cowl looks different because they've got the cape just folded straight back over it.
Yeah, didn't it used to have like a design kind of like or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
It does. The cape's covering it.
In the movie, that's the way they do it. They fold it up over his shoulders, but it's sticking out too far, and that's why it looks weird.
It looks weird.
And so I'm hoping that the cape has a wire so that you can kind of hug it against the arms, and maybe they just did it this way quickly to set it up at the show.
Right.
But
yeah, I'm looking at it now. So the cape is supposed to be under the cowl, at least in the image I'm looking at.
Well, it is.
Like
it
no,
is,
like the I see. So
it's
they
under
like,
the cowl, but then
up
comes up over his shoulder.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If that makes any sense, but they've really not lost nothing in the likeness, which is great. So I'm really looking forward to adding this one to the collection. And again, hopefully we could fix the cape issue again. Hopefully there's a wire or something in it that. But it's looking good to me.
Chris, you have a new member.
All right, who is it?
Cola Man 22.
Cola Man 22. Dan, I don't know if you can highlight that comment on the screen or not. I'm not sure if you can on your end. But anyway, thank you very much for becoming a new member. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the Brotherhood.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So anyway, Keaton is going to be hopefully shipping soon. This is them all together, and look how great these look together. So good.
She's the showstopper.
Oh, without question.
Yep.
Michelle Pfeiffer, this is really phenomenal. There was somebody, I did see a comment in one of the groups that felt like this one was just absolutely stunning. I really can see Michelle in that. But they said that the skin area, like the under the skin areas, were not painted very well. So that's something to kind of watch out for. I mean, they are very minute areas. Was
it someone that was there? Because it's hard to tell from these pictures.
Yeah, this was somebody that was there at the event.
Oh, okay.
They got a chance to see it up close, and so they just felt like it wasn't painted very well. They said the skin on her face was, but you could see the difference, like right there. Again, they're fuzzy, but I can kind of see what they're saying. So we'll see. But again, that portrait is beautiful.
The thing is, it's not only beautiful and it's not only Michelle, but it's incredibly lifelike.
Yes. I mean, it looks like she could walk right toward you, breathing. It's just beautiful. I love the pose. And I'm very excited about this. I'm also very excited to see the Dark Side one. Yeah. And again, hopefully that one will start shipping fairly soon. But I mean, again, knowing this as production is pretty exciting for fans that love Michelle and love these movies.
And John told me this is shipping soon.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Which is amazing because it's not due until next year.
Oh, I like to hear that.
Yeah.
Also, the Michael Keaton was on display. Does this sway you any? I mean, do you think this is one that I would want to add to the collection, or do you think it's just an easy pass?
It doesn't hit me like the Catwoman does.
Yeah.
I do like that it's a Keaton portrait, a full Keaton portrait, but I just don't know if I need it.
Right. There's something to me about when they do, just kind of male characters, not costumed or not creature or whatever, and they do them in the cut and sew clothing rather than sculpt. It just, to me, it starts to look very doll-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree. And I think that's, where, I don't know. It's like you look at somebody like J&D, which does a lot of that cut and sew, or even, some of the 6-scale figure. I mean, to me, it kind of looks more like a 6-scale figure.
Right.
Which again, it's not bad or good. It just depends on what you like. If you're a statue person, you probably like sculpted better.
Yeah.
Than the cut and sew.
Yeah.
I will say that when I owned the Blitzway Rocky 2, it didn't bother me at all that the jacket and pants were fabric. I forgot about it pretty quick.
That's good. This is the Robert Pattinson Batman. So we got to see him on display again. This is production. Some people felt like maybe the unmasked portrait lost a little bit of something, but I still think it looks good here.
And that looks really good to me.
Mhm.
Again, I think a lot of times people will see like a photo that's maybe blurry or for far away, and they're like, "Oh, it's not very good." But then you get a good photo like this, it's just like, don't panic is basically what I'm saying. Don't panic when you see these photos, because again, and guess what? This photo was saved off of Facebook, so this is a downgraded photo.
Yeah.
So I mean, imagine how crisp and clear it actually looked in real life.
And this thing has to ship soon, I would think.
Oh, again, this was on display at San Diego last year.
Right.
So I would assume it has to. I think it has been maybe it was delayed recently, like maybe like a month ago. It was delayed a little bit, but not by much.
It was delayed. In fact, if you ordered this through Sideshow, you can get a refund of your NRD now.
So over 90 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're showing it as like November to February or something like that.
Wow.
Okay. Wow. Well, I haven't seen it in anybody's hands yet. So usually we at least see it in the Asian market.
Yeah.
First. But he looks great. I can't wait to add him as well. And they did announce the bonus version was 800 pieces. And then the regular 77 and the bust was 500. So I feel like this was a really strong sale for them. I mean, considering we're getting ESs of like 120 on some of the characters. So to get an 877 run, I'm sorry, just 800 pieces for the bonus. Obviously, I think they must have only done a bonus and not a regular. Because I'm sorry, the bust was 77 pieces, and 500 for the unmasked. So, I mean, congratulations to Prime One. Clearly, this sold well. It makes you wonder why they wouldn't do other characters like Catwoman. I don't know. Maybe they don't have confidence, but
And
I'm glad they leased
either.
Yeah, I'm glad they leased him. They also showed some pieces. These are quarter scale. Look at that.
Yeah,
that looks great.
This is quarter scale Scarface from Blitzway. Saw him for the very first time, and he's just freaking amazing. Look at that face.
It's great.
Blitzway is on a run right now. I just think that they're some of the best in the game right now for likeness. Sometimes production, sometimes there's a little bit of loss, but I think that is really good. This is a Tom Hardy. I don't know what this is from.
It's from a movie called Legend.
Legend. Is it? I haven't seen it. Is it good?
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you can dress him up as Bane if you want to.
There you go.
But I think that portrait's really good also. So this is really their second Tom Hardy, kind of. I mean, Prime One's done the Bane. But I think that looks really good. They also had a Rocky.
That's awesome.
Look at that. That looks so good. And it's got the dog and the base. And I like the little Rocky logo on the front.
That design, it's so similar to the Rocky too.
It's very similar.
Yeah, with the dog on the street.
I thought that's what it was at first.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, okay, this is quarter scale from Blitzway. But I think a lot of these movie pieces will be real popular.
Yeah.
They look just really good. There's another photo. You could just feel, yo, Adrian. Look at these.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Now these are third scale.
And these are protos.
They look so good.
Yeah, that looks really good.
I mean, just so good. These are from the T2. It's like the bust that we saw from Queen is really cool, but I just feel like these are awesome. Like this is what I would want to get if I was collecting these. Like I just think they're so good. There's Arnold.
Yeah.
Just really, really well done.
They both have two portraits.
Got all the different accessories and different swap outs and stuff. Oh, I don't know why that's so small. Sorry, that was supposed to be a bigger photo. I bet this next one's small.
Have they announced price points on these ones yet?
They have not.
No.
Yeah, these aren't even up for pre-order, are they?
Not yet.
Not yet. They will do well, I would think. I mean, look at that portrait.
Yeah, that looks really good too.
And that's Arnold. And then they also come with the bust, which I love this bust. But isn't that fun?
They're really cool. And then, you know what's cool is that you've got these in 1/3 scale from Blitzway. Then you've got Dark Side also doing it, but this one is fabric with battle damaged portraits, and Dark Side is fully sculpted with a clean portrait.
Wow.
So it really gives you a choice, or maybe you want both. But
I was going to say, if you're a T2 collector, you'd want both, really.
Yeah.
Did you ever order that Terminator, Jeff?
I believe they're sending me one.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome. Again, there's a good look at the Robert Patrick character. So good. And then I guess are they doing a hand also? I didn't know what this hand was, but they had it on display with it. So I don't know if they're doing that as a separate purchase or what.
I feel like they did a hand a long time ago.
Yeah,
Maybe.
they have. I don't know if it's that company, but yeah, there's props out there that look like that.
So there's a little bit of uncertainty on the T800, because that video was floating around of it being like animatronic. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So Todd thinks there's going to be a version B where it's animatronic. Queen has announced recently that this is the only version. So we're not really sure what's going on with that.
Okay. Well, time will tell, I guess.
Yeah.
These bullets are removable also. They're magnetic. So if you're just seeing this for the first time, you could take off those bullets if you don't like them. I love the bullets. I think they're cool.
Yeah.
This was really cool to see because, man, in San Diego, this guy sucked. The lighting was the worst ever. He looked awful. This looks like Henry Cavill to me.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
It looks so much better here. And again, it just goes to show you what good lighting will do. So I think that looks really great. So good. They also had Power Girl on display there. I hadn't seen very many photos of her, but I think she's looking really good. She's a quarter scale, isn't she? A quarter scale?
No, she's 1/3.
She is 1/3. Okay. For some reason, I thought they downgraded her.
No, she's part of that art germ line, isn't she?
I thought so, but for some reason, I thought they downgraded her to quarter.
I don't think so.
But yeah, hopefully I'm wrong. They had The Last of Us on display as well. I know this piece has got a lot of attention from collectors, and that one's up for pre-order right now. It's a fun diorama.
Should do well.
I just love. I would love to see Prime One do even more of these type of things where it's a big storytelling base. I mean, a big, if they're going to charge this much, might as well go all out and make it, a lot of story going on.
Well, they're kind of doing that, aren't they? They've done
Yeah.
quite a few dios.
Yeah, I like it. I like the direction. I did talk to them this week about the DC pieces, and they basically are other than what is. Let me see how did he phrase it? Other than what they are already planning, they've put a halt to everything else.
Wow.
So stuff that I've heard about that I'm excited about, they've just halted it. That doesn't mean they've canceled it. That just means that they've halted. There's no plan to go forward until things go better.
Wow.
So I know that there's a ton of projects that they're still working on. Some of them they've shown, and some of them they haven't shown. And again, I'm not allowed to talk about those yet, but I can tell you that there's going to be some really cool stuff coming. I think mostly in quarter. I don't know if we'll see very much in third. Maybe, God, the only one I can think of that we've seen teased is that Hush Catwoman. And that might be the only third we see for a while. But just know that there is still DC pieces coming, but there's just not going to be a ton. I still feel like it's not necessarily the demand is not there. I think that people are just priced out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would love to see Prime One make a lot more of something, like have a higher ES at a lower price point than a little tiny ES at a really high price point. I know there's some collectors that hate that and they want to resell and whatever. But I just feel like if they made things at an easier price point for collectors to swallow, people would not balk at it and they would start selling again. But when people are charging $2,000 for a quarter scale, people are, they're going to shy away from it. So anyway, I'm off my soapbox now.
Yeah.
This is from InArt. InArt had a whole bunch of stuff on display. And again, InArt is an offshoot of Queen Studios, and they're a 6-scale company. Obviously 3 new figures from the Joker, which I thought the timing was probably pretty good, because I think that Joker 2 buzz is going to start kicking up here again soon. But I thought all these looked good. This reminded me of the Queen Studios 3rd scale that they previewed last year. Very similar pose. Do you guys remember that?
I think so.
Yeah. They had it at that Vegas event.
Yep.
But I think the portrait looks pretty good. Let's see what else we got. Again, some just different hands. Again, their sculpts are phenomenal with what we've been seeing so far. They also had the talk show version. Looks pretty decent. Looks good to me there. What do you guys think of the likeness?
I think it looks good.
Yeah, those are good.
Me too. Everything I'm seeing looks really good.
Yeah.
Really, quite impressed.
Yeah, it's really, I think these will be pretty popular. And then they had the clown version as well, which I thought looked really great. And he came with different accessories, but I don't know. I think it's cool they did these. Getting kind of a look at the face sculpt. Speaking of face sculpts,
All right. This is where things go downhill for me.
this is where it goes downhill right here. Yeah, this goes downhill for me. I'm like,
That's bad.
it's bad. I feel like the eyes I think the eyes might be right, but this has got to be retooled.
It just looks distorted.
Yeah, it's just,
it looks
no
like
bueno.
it could have been him, and then it got distorted.
This is better. But this is not, like, if you compare this, and it's not really a fair comparison, but like if you compare this to like the J&D, the J&D is awesome. At least this particular version of Clark Kent. I'm still not a fan of their actual Superman. But
why isn't that a fair comparison? Isn't this supposed to be the fancy schmancy InArt?
Well, InArt is 6 scale and J&D is 3rd scale.
Yeah.
So I feel like that is where you can't really necessarily compare, because it's a much higher price point. That's a over $2,000 statue. But I mean,
Gandalf sure looks good.
The what does?
Gandalf.
Oh, the Gandalf is fantastic. I was going to say they have so many positives. I just feel like this is a miss.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah. So this one, hopefully they'll go back and tweak a little bit, just all around. But at least they're doing him. I think that's great for collectors that want a Christopher Reeve 6 scale. But they need to work on him.
When are we going to get a good Christopher Reeve? Come on, people.
Is it just impossible? Is it impossible to get a perfect Christopher Reeve? I think it is.
Maybe it is.
It's like trying to get a perfect Harrison Ford.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's true.
Like it just doesn't happen. They also had a Harry Potter character. This is Dumbledore. This is the original one. But he unfortunately passed away, and after the first film. They also had some Lord of the Rings stuff there as well. So they had some kind of tease, some new stuff that's coming out from them. I think that looks really good.
That Khaleesi that you clicked by, I thought looked really good too, Chris.
Yeah, I don't have a good picture of her close up, so I'm sorry. It's just distorted.
It actually is pretty good.
But I think you could tell who it is from here. I didn't see a lot of good photos of her. Gotcha. People kind of snapped them quickly, but again, just kind of knowing that they're coming is exciting, I'm sure, for collectors. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
So I am very, very close to ordering this. Not the full size figure, but just the bust. I don't think I've ever seen a bust that looks this good. Have you guys?
Yeah, it's one of the best. It's spot on to him.
Yeah.
Do you think, and this is the honest question, do you think that this is what it'll look like in hand?
That's a good question.
Oh God, who knows?
Because that's what I'm scared of.
My thing with it, Chris, is I'd probably be willing, if I was collecting busts, if I were in your shoes and a little, dipping my toe in, I'd only buy this personally if I could put a cowl on them when I want.
So I did ask John. I said, John, I think that it is a big missed opportunity if you don't offer the bust option at a higher rate, mind you, but offer it with the cowl also. So people can have the cowl or the unmasked portrait.
Yeah.
He said he was going to look into that. Now it's gone up for pre-order since then. But I'm still hoping that they listen to that feedback because, again, I would love to have a cowl. They showed what the cowl looks like on this because you can switch it when you buy the full-size figure. But I do feel like it's a missed opportunity to not have the cowl. I like this piece a lot, and it's really got me thinking about because they're also going to be doing a Joker. I am not a fan of their life-size Joker. I don't think it turned out very well. I was hoping that I would like it more, but what I saw at this show, I was just not impressed. But I'm really hopeful that they will do a nice job with their Joker bust. And I'm considering, believe it or not, because I like this so much, I'm considering if I would want to part ways with my Infinity Joker. Because after having some busts and trying to figure out where they would go in the bunker, I think that I kind of like the look of the non-arm better.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to having the kind of the half torso, which I think is kind of an odd look after I've had him and I've had the Batman. They're incredible. But at the end of the day, I think I just kind of like the look now more of just the shoulder. And I wouldn't want many. I would maybe just want him and the Joker and that would be it. But I do really like this bust a lot. And the price point was not as much as I thought it would be. It was, a little over $3,000. Still a lot of money, but most of them are going for $4,000 now. And then they have this thing, which is, again, just nuts. I would love to, I kicked around the idea of, maybe buying just the full statue. It's $10,000 for just the statue, but I don't think I'm going to go there. I think it's just not my scale. I think it's cool, but I just don't think it's for me. But are you amazed that they're doing a $42,000 armory?
What about this makes it $42,000?
Well, you get $10,000 for the figure, okay,
right.
And then you also get the bust, so that's another $3,200. Okay, so now you're up to $1,400, let's say. Where are you getting the rest of the money from?
So $29,000 for the closet.
Yeah, it's a wall with some weapons. It is awesome, and I could you even imagine the shipping cost on something like this?
No.
I mean, you're talking about probably another full-size figure worth of shipping. It's just nuts.
Not for now. You could probably have somebody come to your house and build that.
Oh, yeah. I could absolutely build that. There's a guy on TikTok that did it, and he kind of shot video of the entire process. Could absolutely build this. I mean, take your time, but
Yeah. I think it's very, very doable. And I mean, it is cool that it's got all the weapons and all the gadgets and it comes with all that. That's great. But holy crap, $42,000. It's pretty nuts.
If you told me it was another 10 even, I might say it's pricey, but okay.
Yeah. If you say $20,000 for the whole thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can swallow that.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't pay it still, but I like it. And I really do like the bust.
Yeah.
Did they say how many they're making? Is it just like for this is like a one of a one where they're just
I feel like it was either 20 or 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I think I heard like
I can't imagine they sell that many. But good for them if they do. I mean, good for them. This was a Dark Side, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is that Terminator that Jeff was talking about, or at least one of them.
This is a different one than what I was talking about.
Yeah, this is him on the motorcycle. I don't remember was this quarter scale?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember what it looks quarter scale to me.
It might be. I don't recall if it's quarter or 1/3.
But it's looking great. That likeness is looking great.
Looks good.
Yeah, if you look at that portrait.
Yeah.
So again, this is just another collectible. If you're collect T2, there's a lot of really good stuff coming out right now.
There sure is.
So again, Dark Side Collectible Studios, guys, hit them up if you're interested. Good stuff. I love these factory shots.
I do too.
Little,
people have waited a long time for this one. The PO was years ago.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was teased by Queen. This is third scale. Have they ever done a third scale Iron Man? I don't think they have.
Uh,
I mean, they've done half scale and they've done quarter scale, but I can't remember them doing third scale.
it's hard to keep track these days.
It is.
So the question is, do I need a third scale Iron Man wing of the of the Bat Bunker? I
That
love
base
these.
looks great with the explosion.
Oh,
It
it's
does.
so good. It looks so real.
Looks like the one Sideshow did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, it really does. So this was a surprise to me. Again, I wasn't expecting them to do third scale. Look at the rocket shooting off his
Isn't that cool?
foot. So I'm excited that they're doing some third scale stuff. I think that'll be real popular. I love the height. I love the height of him too. So that's cool. And then yeah, here's another angle. Got kind of a tall base, but
That's going to be impressive in person. I bet. That's
I think so too. I love it.
that
I like
height.
the sub base too. Gives it a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like it gives it a lot of nice height.
Yep.
That just makes
black.
it look a little classier.
Yeah, it's like a museum base, but then it's got the rock and the rubble. I love it. I love the art direction. It's cool. Then they also had a new life-size Iron Man. This one was kind of weird to me. It was kind of like walking forward. But I know a lot of people do collect the life-size Iron Mans, and so there it is.
I think that's kind of cool. They just like walking right at you.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it. It does have some movement to it. It's just something a little different than they've done. All the other ones have been kind of real static, kind of posed, but this one does have some movement to it. Something a little bit different. I do not know the scale of this one. I don't know if you guys do or not, but this is a new Iron Spider also with the Tom Holland portrait. It looks like it's at least half scale, maybe third. I think it's half scale.
That'll be big with those
my
extra
God.
legs.
Massive. Because if you look at it back here, see, doesn't it look kind of like half scale next to the third scale Iron Man?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's further back.
So he's further back. So I think he's got to be half scale. But yeah, he's going to be massive with those claws. You can only imagine. I'm assuming you could take those off too if you want. This is from Queen Studios, from Avatar. I think this is beautiful.
Yeah.
And
looks great.
good God, it's going to be massive. I mean, look at the base on it. And this is like a life-size Avatar. So, they're giant anyway. So I think this is going to be a really nice piece. And I think they really nailed the likeness so well. Who did one years ago? Was it Sideshow? They did a nice job too.
Yeah, it was I think Sideshow.
But
That was a big piece too.
yeah, it was big. And I just think this is going to be even bigger. And it's got that crazy base on her. They also teased I don't know what scale this is, but they also teased a figure of her as well. So I'm guessing this is probably quarter.
Well, that's the one I'm thinking of. I think, pretty sure it was Sideshow. They did a full figure of one of the Avatar characters. I think it was her.
But they did a full bust. Yeah, a full bust of her.
That I don't remember. Okay.
Yeah. It was really nice. But I think this is going to be silicone.
The bust is cool, but I like that full figure a lot.
Yeah,
I do too. I really like the art direction of it. It's got some nice flow to it. They also had, I can't remember which video game this one's from, but they had her on display.
she looks real.
Yeah, she does look. I mean, she really does.
What's happening?
Look at this thing. The stuff nightmares are made of.
Oh God.
Ow!
I knew he was going to do that.
God.
People have kind of like smirked at this thing. I think it is kind of dopey looking, but I think that the likeness is very, very good. If you compare this to some of the customs that have been done over the years, this is night and day, so much better. And again, this does capture the look from the early 80s during Thriller, but I think the likeness is good. I mean, I think, again, the smile makes it kind of dopey looking, but I still think it's pretty cool.
It looks like one of those, it's been put through one of those smile generators.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, maybe the smile is just a little bit too much, but I think there's going to be some Michael Jackson fans that are interested in this one. Something you don't see every day, that's for sure. And he still has a nose.
Yeah.
at that point. So that's great.
There.
Yeah, still have the nose. This is that Queen Studios T100 that we talked about.
800.
I'm sorry, T800. This is from Terminator 2. And I think the likeness is really good. I think especially with the glasses on. I feel like it maybe loses just slightly something without the glasses. Maybe the forehead's a little bit too big or something, but I think it still looks really great.
Yeah. I think it's freaking awesome.
Yeah. Look at that. That looks really good right there.
Really, really good. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a very, very popular piece. It's got that shotgun over his shoulder.
Yeah.
What do you think of the look of the one arm versus no arm? Do you like that look that Queen Studios does, or would you rather just have no arms, or do you like the both arms? What do you guys prefer in your busts?
Yeah.
Well, in this case, I think they should have done it like they're doing the 1/3 with the arm torn off and then the electronics hanging down. And
yeah, just like bits of it here. You don't even have to go a full arm, just bits of it.
I mean, usually I like the no arms, but this, I mean, once you start adding the arms, it tells more of a story with the.
It does.
Like I'm even thinking back, going back to the Christian Bale. I forget who it was, if it was Queen or not. The one where he's holding the cowl in his hand.
This right here goes to show you what a good picture will do, or a good camera. Yeah. Look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, what I thought was just okay right here, and then you get to this photo and you're like, okay, that's freaking insane.
Yeah, that's great. They nailed the
same bust. It's so good.
And then the base is really cool too.
Yeah, the base is very, very cool. It's got him kind of being reborn out of the lava, and it's got the Terminator base.
Well, that's when he first arrives.
It was funny. Somebody posted a picture of this, and it went against Facebook's content standards.
Yeah,
so it got taken off. I thought that was pretty funny.
I know it's from the movie, but not for nothing. I don't think I would want that on the front of my statue.
Yeah, but I mean, look at that profile. Isn't it getting scary how good these are?
Yeah,
that's really good.
So scary. This is from our friends over at XM Studios. This is going to be a big piece.
I love this. Finally, some innovation. I thought this was such a great idea.
The base spins, so you can. At first, I thought it was maybe automated, but it just spins, and you could kind of create your own story with how you want it displayed. But again, it is very cool, and it does have the bust as well, so you can change it out. But cool piece from XM. This is on pre-order right now.
Love that.
I did. We've kind of been talking about, kind of wondering how XM's doing right now, because they've been kind of radio silent here lately. I talked to Sang this week and just flat out asked him how things are going financially, and he said that the things are perfectly fine. They're going great. So, maybe they're just trying to recoup a little bit and reset, and I think they're coming right back at us. So stay tuned.
Did you ask him where my White Knight Joker is?
I did not.
Or my Robin King?
But yeah, I'm hoping they start shipping those soon.
They just shipped that Maestro piece, which is a massive piece. And that Iron Man looks pretty big too.
Yep.
Next to a person.
I still love this. We talked about this on the last show. I love the lightning bolts on it.
Yeah.
It's so good. And then here's some more photos of the Iron Man that we just looked at.
That's cool.
It's a neat piece.
Is it $2,000 cool?
The whole thing is $2,000, I think.
Yeah.
There's a smaller version that's much cheaper.
I was gonna say I don't feel like for everything you're getting here, I feel like $2,000's not bad.
It is pretty big.
Because it's pretty big. I mean, if you think about it. Again, it's always subjective, but it is a cool looking piece. Nice paint. So anyway, it's cool to see some new stuff from XM. I guess I had a lot of photos.
The way they did that screen, it would have been cool if like they did that on that Batcave Delato piece.
Yeah, exactly. That way you didn't have to have it on.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, Eric. We need to work on stickers.
Yeah, like some type of
something like that.
Yeah, like a window decal or something.
Yep, that's exactly what we need to do. Open up our little Batman decal Etsy store.
Hey, Chris, you have a super chat from Betray Your Soul 138 for $1.99.
Oh, thank you very much. Did they say anything?
It says, just got my XM Swamp Thing and Zatanna 1/6.
That's awesome. Congratulations. 2 great pieces. And thank you very much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you. They also had Wolverine on display. This is that newer Wolverine, which is fun. And they had a couple of the Transformer pieces as well.
There was one from Lane Kramer as well. I don't know if you got that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, super chat?
Yeah. Going back to 8:52 p.m. $2.
Oh, thank you very much, Lane. Did he say anything?
Yeah, he said this is cool, but Hellbat P1 is #1 coming.
Oh, okay. So we're going to look at him in just a bit. Talk about Hellbat a little bit. Congratulations, Lane, and thank you for the super chat. We talked about this one earlier. This is the J&D that I was referring to. I still love the likeness on the Clark Kent. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I still don't like the portrait on the Superman. I still feel like it could use some work.
I agree.
It's close, but it's just not there yet for me.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that Clark Kent, oh, so good.
Yeah, I agree.
He's got the smirk down just perfect. I mean, I'm sure it could be worked on a little bit, but I do really like it. I think it's one of J&D's finest. They had some other pieces, some older pieces, Catwoman and the Bale. I think Todd is sending me this one to review. So hopefully I'll have a chance to review my first J&D piece for you guys. At least the Batman. I don't know about the Bruce Wayne one. Still feel like he looks old. I mean, compared to like what we saw from Queen there, but still not a fan of this one.
Yeah, me either.
The suit's cool.
And the regular portrait's not bad.
Yeah, the regular's fine. I think, or at least it's closer, I think.
Yep.
I think this is one of their best ones to date. I think especially the cowled portrait. I think it's very, very good. But again, you can compare it to the Prime 1, you know, which one you guys like better. Me personally, I like the Prime 1. And then you had the unmasked Bruce Wayne. So again, this is like Dan was kind of referring to earlier with the Prime 1 piece. It kind of starts getting a little bit doll-like here. There's that regular. Again, I still feel like it's okay, but not perfect.
You know what it is, Chris? When I look at this, I think about this compared to the Witcher piece that you showed a little while back.
Right.
And it's night and day.
Oh my God, night and day.
Yeah. I agree.
And if you put them side by side and somebody still swears this is the better version,
yeah, no,
you got to get your eyes checked.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you just got to get your eyes checked.
Yeah,
because it's just night and day different. Speaking of Superman, we got some photos. Finally, some painted photos of the legendary beast Superman. I still think this looks awesome. I feel like to me personally, it lost a little something with the color.
Yeah.
But I'm still hoping that they go, real dark tones and stuff with the Batman. But what do you guys think, after they painted it? Do you guys like it as much as you originally did?
Oh, I think I do. This is just one version. There's going to be a dark blue version as well, and then also a black version.
Okay. I forgot that they were going to do a dark blue.
Yeah.
So I think maybe I'd probably like that a little bit better. And I'm just not used to bright colors.
Yeah.
I live in a dingy bat cave, so I'm not used to any of these colors.
Yeah, the dark blue is kind of the Kingdom Come look. So that would go better with the Alex Ross portraits and the larger S on his chest.
That's a good point. Obviously, they got some swap outs, early pre-order bonus, and I'm assuming this goes up for pre-order pretty soon.
He said this week.
Oh, this week.
Wow.
That's great. I'm just biting my lip hard to get that Batman.
So edition sizes are pretty small on this.
Have you heard what it is?
Yeah, it's let me make sure I get this right.
No pressure.
I think it's 158. Oh, actually, you know what? I have to look really quick.
That's
I don't
okay.
want to get it wrong.
But pretty low.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to basically, if you want this, you're gonna have to jump quick.
I think that I would. That's probably a good idea. 1 second. Okay, here we go. The premiere,
Which is
which
this
is
one.
like the deluxe,
Yeah, this is the Prestige Series Premier Edition.
is 158.
Wow.
The regular, which I think comes with
This. No, this is still the Premier too. So
actually, I can tell you actually.
Maybe just this, and that's Prestige.
Regular light blue is the Gary Frank, Christopher Reeve style Superman with regular S emblem. That's the regular is only 88.
Wow.
Wow.
Now that's the light blue, and then repeat that for the dark blue.
Okay, so 88 twice, basically.
And 158 twice.
Okay.
And
That's
then
still not bad.
And then the black is going to be like either only 88 or 68.
Wow. So it's still pretty good run. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Do you think it's too much?
A lot of options.
No, I think it's too little.
Well, I mean, it's going to make it collectible.
It is, and that's what he wants. He thinks that'll bring some fun back to the hobby to make it more collectible.
Yeah. Well, Jay, if you're watching, put me down for a Batman. New Deja Thoris out of the blue from PCS. Really, really difficult to beat the sideshow piece.
Yeah.
I think this is cool, but man, really difficult to beat that piece. I'm assuming this is going to be third scale.
This is quarter.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm guessing there's going to be two versions. Like remember the Lady Death on Throne?
Yep.
They did, where there were two versions. One was just kind of her sitting on the throne, and the other one had the death figure behind her holding a crown over her head.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be like that, where the Martian behind her is going to be like the deluxe version. I think this is really busy. The Martian's holding 3 different weapons. She's got her sword. There's a lot going on that maybe detracts from her a little bit.
Yep.
And I also hope that they work a little bit on the portrait. The body looks stunning, but I'm not overwhelmed by I'm not wowed by the portrait.
She looks a little Disney princessy to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A whole new world. But anyway, that's coming. Well, hopefully we'll get to see more. But I think you're right on the money. I think they'll offer it 2 different ways for sure.
Yeah. And apparently it's a Mark Newman sculpt.
Oh, nice. Well, you know how good he does. I mean, he's phenomenal. Here's that Joker. Again, I just wasn't wowed by this. This is the life size, and again, hopefully by the time they do the bust, they'll tweak it a bit. But I just don't feel like they have the right mannequin on it, and the hair needed to be thinned. But the likeness is pretty good. I just don't feel like it's. Again, I don't feel like it's a 10 grand piece for me.
Yeah.
Very slowly getting better each time.
Yeah. These were some prices that were released. Obviously, just to share with you guys, this was the Christian Bale bust with the full size statue, $13,410. The ultimate was $42,105. That include the armory, the full statue, and the bust. They also had the price points on Optimus Primal. If you're interested in that Prime One piece, $2,688. The Iron Man Mark 6 1-to-1 that we saw that was walking toward us, that was $12,050. Terminator T800, that life-size bust, $4,720. So now we're getting closer to $5 grand.
Wow.
Which is a lot. The 1-to-1 bust, $3,290. So again, I was pleasantly surprised for that. I thought that was not awful. I was actually expecting more. And then the cowl head with the 1-to-1 bust. I'm sorry, the 1-to-1 statue with only the cowl head, not the Christian Bale, was $10,390. So just some prices if you guys are interested in any of those pieces that we looked at earlier. We got Hellbat, like was mentioned, I believe, was it Leo that mentioned it earlier? And I did a video on this today. This is the Hellbat quarter scale. Again, pretty pricey quarter scale. I think it's cool, but again, my argument today was like, why take a risk with something like this when you could create a character that people know and want. But I kind of wondered if maybe this was veering more toward that anime style that maybe some of the overseas collectors were wanting. But I don't know. What do you guys think of this one?
Those wings are cool.
It's cool, but I'm not familiar with the story, so it just doesn't kind of land with me, you know.
Yeah, the story apparently was like a Elseworlds type of Earth 1 or something, or Earth something, and it's Bruce Wayne, and it's a suit to fight Darkseid, I think, and it drains his metabolism when he's in it. It's really powerful, but it's basically like a Justice League type suit. So it's it's not necessarily a Gotham City type of suit,
right?
But it definitely has kind of like a medieval armor look to me. I mean, it's cool looking, but I don't have any connection to it either. Very spiky.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story sounds cool and it looks cool, but it's not something I would pick up.
I thought this was interesting. Like the portrait, the only thing different is like the kind of like the butt chin thing going on here. But otherwise, it's almost exactly the same.
And like we said, and you said in your video a million times, it's like, why these characters and not like the regular characters that we haven't gotten yet?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like I think Penguin sold pretty well for them. It's like, why not give us that Riddler? It doesn't have to be a giant ES, but I would think that they would sell more Riddler than this thing. But
or like a clay face, or if they want to do something like
I think I made a prediction in the video that I could see this being an ES of 150 or less. So we'll see. I just don't understand the thinking there. There's an unmasked portrait.
Was that the ES right there or no? On the bottom? Yeah, limited 350.
350.
It's actually a lot.
I was gonna say I didn't see that, so I can't imagine them selling 350 of these.
Yeah, they're known to like lower it at the end. So
yeah, I think they'll lower it, but I could be wrong. Oh, there's a John Cena portrait. That's Hot Toys. Got a couple pictures left, and then I just had some of the professional photos of the Arnold. Again, close to $5,000 for this, guys.
Really cool, though.
Yeah, it's awesome. So that's all the photos tonight. A lot of good stuff. Again, really good stuff shown at the event. Again, I feel like Queen Studios really wanted to wow everybody, and I think they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would do an event like that out here so we can go.
I know.
Oh my god,
that's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Like, I mean, and again, I feel like if they did something like that here and just wowed people, it might get people interested again. Like, I feel like if America has a drought, well, when's the last time we saw a full statue boot tour? It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Or, well, it's been a year and a half. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just a point. I'd love to see something like that too. I mean, basically, what do we have left, Jeff? Monster Palooza, basically, like where we have a Tweeterhead booth or a spec fiction booth.
Oh, you mean Spectacular?
No, I mean just an event where you can go and see statues.
We don't really have anything left. I mean, yeah, there's a son of Monster Palooza, but there's no statue companies there. So, yeah.
I just meant in general, like earlier this year.
In general. Well, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Monster Palooza was the best show of the year in the States for statues.
Oliver. You saw this on Only Dan's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
This reminds me of when Dan was at your house, because I think he was sitting in that couch.
He was in the chair in the couch right in the next room over here. Yes, he was. Wouldn't that be something if he just suddenly came in here and just he's
there to help you move.
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm still trying to figure out a way to get him here to help me with my art. It's like maybe he can come here and help me with my art, and I'll fly out there and help him with unloading the statues.
Good deal.
But anyway, is there anything else you guys saw that you thought, well, it's like maybe for my collection? What do you think?
I sure like Terminator. I really like the Darkseid one. I'm really curious what the prices will be from Prime 1 Blitzway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everything for the most part looked really good. You know, we do these shows, you know, every couple of weeks, and you know, for the most part, there's a lot of pieces where I'm like, you know, whatever. I don't really like it. I mean, for the most part, I think I pretty much liked everything I saw tonight. I was like super impressed by it.
Yep.
It's nice that we could appreciate it from afar, but not buy it. Sometimes, you know, it's like, I think where I run into trouble is like a next level event or something like that. Where like, I want that one, I want that one, I want that one, and I most likely will buy that one, that one, that one. But when I see a show like that, I'm like, we could appreciate most of it from afar, but I might be $3,000 in the hole trying to buy this Christian Bale bust, because I do think it looks phenomenal.
Yeah, comparatively, like you said, the price is not too scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a lot, but it could have been worse. Yeah, it could have been worse. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up tonight? Well, an hour and 20 minutes. That's not awful.
Look at that.
Not bad at all.
That. Wow.
That's not bad. But again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Again, we were originally going to go on next week, but again, I'll be out of state, like I said, hanging out with Brad or Oliver, whatever you want to call him. And anyway, that's going to be a lot of fun, so stay tuned to that. And again, I've got a ton of videos uploaded and ready to go for you guys. I think you're really going to enjoy a lot of Bat Bunker stuff. Anything else on your channel? I know you said you have the Frankie Reborn, so I would imagine that'll probably go up tomorrow, Jeff?
Should be tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. All right. So yeah, definitely check that out. Again, check out the Poison Ivy review if you haven't done that. And again, hopefully next week, maybe next Thursday, Dan and I and maybe Julia will be all unboxing together our Poison Ivy. So it'll be a lot of fun. Thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a great week. And we'll see you next time in the Batcave for our Halloween show. So stay tuned for that. It'll be always a fun time, guaranteed. So Halloween show, I believe it's on the 25th will be our next show. So stay tuned.
Good deal.
And anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the Batcave. Good night, everybody.
See you, everyone.
Yeah.
Good night.
Bye.